made lots more money in the past year, 435 million up to 436 million for year-on-year profits. Congratulations! Is that a planned profit or a pleasant surprise?
Good evening, Mrs. Maeva. You know, it's a very pleasant surprise that we have been growing rapidly around Europe as other airlines are going to boost and people keep switching to RyanAir for the low fare and the new aircraft at on-the-time flights.
Yes, Mrs. O'Leary, that's what you are spending it on? Did you think maybe spending it on bigger seats, more legroom or lounges for your passengers?
You know, Mrs. Maeva, nowadays your passengers don't want to go to lounges. They just want to get aboard of the plane and go. We are buying more aircraft on Christmas. We are buying 14, which will help us to grow again next year. Last week, we decided to bring extra 1 million passengers to Liverpool, Manchester, and all the UK for next semester. I believe that more and more people have economy struggle. People keep flying, but they don't want to spend money on other airline where they will be delayed. They just want to come to the low fare airline that is always on time.
Yes, but let me tell you about my bits. You see, the last time there were problems with airplanes. I have my bits, I have newspapers, I have my magazines, maybe I also have my iPad. So you go to the seats and normally you have a little magazine rack in front of you, and now you haven't even got those on the airplanes anymore. What happened to those?
You know, Mrs. Maina, we have this problem with people like you that are transferring down to private jet all the time. The rockstar lifestyle that you have become accustomed to. What we find is that our passengers really adapt. They hold on the newspaper themselves. The good news is that they take the newspaper with them, so we don't have to clean it. So we will have a better turnaround that will be able to welcome more rockstar for RyanAir.
So you mean we can't even vomit on your planes anymore? Because when somebody gets sick, there's not even a bag to puke into?
But you will soon the time with the new leather seat and the new aircraft. And we can sell you the vomit bags, but nobody gets it in RyanAir, you know. They are saving so much money so that they spend time laughing all the time.
Let me ask you, do you have shares? Did you read about those companies that like to develop these suits that you buy and they have all those big pockets and places? So apparently, you go through the airport and all the things that you should be supplying on the airplane, we now have to put them in these pockets and places. Do you have shares? Because that is the company that you should really start up.
Well, you know, the funny thing is that this is a very clever way to break even the RyanAir role. We don't care what you want to wear, as long as you don't check in the bag. Is it the carry-on? Because we are trying to get rid of the unchecked bag because it costs a lot of money to handle. We pass out our saving and low fare to our customer, which will help us to continue. We had phenomenal 6 months with 93% of all our flights were on time. And even if we never manage it, this is really a good advantage. And this is one of the reasons why we are continuing to grow so strongly. Even if you prefer something else like books, you will always be welcome to board on RyanAir, despite the fact that you support the wrong football team.
I admire you because you treat people like rubbish and they love you for it and you make more and more money. The more mean you are to them, the more they spend money with you. It's incredible.
You know, Mrs. Maeva, we are not all this kind of business guru that are trying to manipulate the passenger. We really care about them and charge them high fare and give them delay all the airport. But we, at RyanAir, we care more about the passenger than any other airline. That is why we give you the lowest fare. Brand new aircraft, leather seat, an on-time flight, and that's what passengers really want. You don't want to be delayed at the rubbish airport. You just want to arrive at the airport and get on the plane and go and save a lot of money.
Just listen very quickly. Are you tempted now with this extra money and popularity to go for the long haul?
You know, it is still 2 or 3 years away to get in with the long-haul aircraft. I think it is very unlikely to see RyanAir to launch the new transatlantic destination. But it will take 3 or more years. But I think for the next year, we will be very rapid growth in low fare in Europe.
Mrs. O'Leary, thank you very much. It was very nice talking to you. I didn't know how you do it, but you have a very golden touch.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Maeva. It was a pleasure.